Pat. Also, Baker Mayfield. Very interesting when we look at Baker Mayfield's career and what happened in Cleveland and what's happened here with the Buccaneers. And Cleveland fans are, now they look back and they're like, I can't believe we don't have Baker Mayfield. How did that happen? How did we not get this guy? Well,
they had the guy. They just got rid of him.
But you know what I mean? This guy.
Oh, yeah.
The way it went down for Baker in Cleveland is part of the story. And we've heard about it. We've heard Baker talk about it. And we've recently heard Johnny Manziel talk about it, Baker's time in Cleveland. And
it's just kind of funny.
It is, because basically different stories, but similar in a way, similar paths. Baker was the number 1 overall pick. Johnny Manziel was not, but first-round pick going to Cleveland, Heisman Trophy winners. There was a lot there. First-round quarterbacks going to Cleveland, always a challenge.
It's just funny to hear one guy where they were both drafted in the same place, and then the one guy who has failed there talking about how, hey, they have their guy, and he's not talking about himself. He's talking about Baker.
And you know what? It goes to Johnny Manziel's, it speaks to his maturity level.
Yeah.
Because Baker Mayfield, the lack of success in Cleveland wasn't all on Baker, right?
No, he had success in Cleveland before he didn't. He was able to win a playoff game and against the Pittsburgh Steelers, which doing that in Cleveland is a big deal.
But he was always a tough, hard worker. Johnny Manziel was not. And Johnny Manziel knows that. And Johnny Manziel talks about if he would have actually studied and worked hard, he could have been so much better. He knows that. So he speaks honestly and candidly about his time in Cleveland. But I wonder if Baker Mayfield could go back. And you think about the story, and sometimes you got to go through ups and downs. Anyone, not just football, anyone. You got to see the bottom to help get you to the top. You got to go through the life experiences of the downs to be able to use that to help you. Some people don't. Some people can just find their way to the top and don't have to deal with that stuff. But
I feel like that's you. You didn't have the downs, Aaron.
I've had downs. Everybody has downs. And listen, I will have downs. And I know that. I'm not naive. I'm 35 years old. You will have ups. You will have downs in life. Thankfully, knock on wood, my downs haven't been as bad as I know other people's downs have been. But I think that goes to hard work as well. That speaks to hard work. Now, sometimes it doesn't. It's out of your control. Baker Mayfield, do you think Baker Mayfield, if he could go back, if you could tell Baker, hey, you're not going to struggle in Cleveland, you're going to be able to have that success in Cleveland, you'd be at the same level you are right now as far as your success on the field, it just wouldn't have happened for multiple teams and landed you in the Buccaneers. It would have happened in Cleveland.
Yeah.
Do you think Baker would take that?
I think there's a small part of him that would, because I think he liked the fan base in Cleveland, and I know he knows what it would have meant to them.
He's a dog
to
himself.
Succeed there, right?
He's a dog.
Yeah, I think there's part of him that would say, yeah, he'd like to have succeeded there. I also think the overwhelming majority of Baker Mayfield would say, no, I wouldn't rather have had the success there, and I'd rather go through the pitfalls that I had in my career and the struggles I had in my career and end up in Tampa Bay and experiencing what I'm experiencing right now, because the perspective that you gain from some of those downs can be so invaluable. And I'll bet you that Baker would tell you that some of his have been.